And we're back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with more BTS Summer Cup action. That was only game one, believe it or not. Went for a long time, but in the end, Double Dimension did manage to claw out a victory. And I'm wondering what game two is going to be hold. What do you want to see, Liz? What are we going to see?
I want to see a normal position 4 coming from Vega this time. Like,
Whoa.
I've had it.
Whoa.
I've had it with his position 4s. I'm done. Makes it much harder for us to keep track of what's going on, and especially in the drafting phase, those chip baits, man. I mean, honestly, it's kind of decent it's kind of interesting to watch an Axe position 4 or whatever. But at the same time, we talked about this. If you have a great laning stage, it's great for your team. If your laning stage is kind of iffy, later on you don't do as much as a normal position 4 would have done, because there are reasons why some heroes are picked on those positions, and pressuring not just one lane but multiple lanes is definitely one of those reasons. And then they had this Queen of Pain. It was a tested strategy. That Queen of Pain won versus an Invoker in their last best of 3, and they still didn't manage to shut that Invoker down, and arguably that's one of the reasons they lost this game. They got to late game, and overall, it was... Honestly, I wouldn't mind if I just saw a very similar game, because the last one was a pleasure. Like, it was a treat to watch, definitely.
Definitely was a gem. And looking at these picks, first of all, you do get one of the more typical, classical, recurring combos of Naga plus Disruptor. And it's so common to see either Naga or Bane picked up after the other team picks a Mirana.
So... Naga and Mirana, that combination is just way too strong on the lane. And in the last game, we saw one team having both of those, and they just crushed that lane. And maybe that's a reason. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you want to counter it. Overall, it's later on. We saw those sleeps into arrows, right? It's so strong. At the same time, though, Disruptor, this hero is... it's kind of decent versus Mirana. Doesn't really allow her to leap. As long as you have vision on her, you can always glimpse her back. Pudge!
Whoa!
All right, here we go!
Okay, now this is Vega, so we have to control ourselves. Assume it's not going to be a POS 4, and it's actually going to be mid. Which is feasible. 1, Dendy used to always love this hero. 2, we have seen it more recently run by Windstrike in that position.
We did. And they did play it in the finals of the God, man, they played it in the finals of TI qualifier, and they played it on mid. Like, how sure in yourself do you have to be to roll a Pudge mid in the finals of a TI qual? It's just ridiculously insane. Overall, though, this hero, guys, you remember when I was calling Crystal Maiden for being broken? I honestly think Pudge right now is just... well, maybe not just as broken, but he's up there. Man, level 1 hook with the maximum range is ridiculously strong. You can provide so much pressure. This is the way you play him, though. You don't do the normal rot build. You don't go level 1 rot. What you do is you get enough mana. You get enough mana regioning items such as Mango or Clarities that you can spam out that hook. And then you go on to that dual offlane or safe lane, whatever, and you just spam the hooks from the trees, getting their carry or their support out of position and just whacking them. You don't necessarily have to kill them. But if there's a threat that they're going to be hooked at any point, it's very difficult to contest that lane, because as soon as you drop, let's say 60-50% of your HP, you're just paranoid, man. You have to be, you have to kind of play inside of the creep wave, but if you are inside of the creep wave protecting yourself from being hooked, then there's this ranged offlaner just harassing you and zoning the hell out of you. So this hero might not get enough love in the competitive scene, but in pubs, you don't have to be your Cube or Levkan or whoever spams the Pudge a lot right now. You have to be just decent with this hero, and you can win games. So if you're looking to boost easy MMR, guys, I honestly think this is one of the heroes to go and play.
Oh, I mean, you got a fair point, though. Like, you know, there's a tip for you guys. Spam heroes like this. Like, these type of heroes that, even if you know they're there, you don't know when they're going to make that kind of attempt, right? And it's like, if you compare it to your old, more typical things like, say, a Night Stalker. right? Night Stalker would roam around, but when you knew he was there, you just lurked back. There was nothing you could do. Whereas a Pudge, he might be lurking there, but your safety zone is so much further back.
Yeah, exactly. We remember when we talked about Crystal Maiden, it wasn't picked, and I was arguing that this hero is the most broken hero. Now it's banned every first phase or picked, and I honestly believe it's very similar, like to the Pudge, because this hero I spammed her the last 5 days. I got like 300-400 ranks just by doing that. So overall, Pudge, guys, we're in for a treat. I wonder if you're gonna see some combinations with him though. The most recent one that I saw was a Bloodseeker and his banned. What is it with me and Bloodseeker, man? Last game it was first phase banned. This game as well.
I mean, in fairness,
stop thinking about that hero. It's just too strong in the current meta. It has to be banned instantly. If it isn't banned, it just dominates. Oh, Ursa again, all right?
I mean, you know, it worked out for last time. Also, if you get hooked in, you're kind of happy to see the Pudge.
Yeah, with Ursa, like, I think Ursa and Nyx most likely are one of those heroes that don't really care if they're hooked in. They're like, please hook me in. I'm just gonna ravage you. I'm just gonna walk right through you. So, and the Ursa pick, it worked out the last time. Maybe they're thinking it can work out the same this game. Overall, though, you have to be a bit careful with Ursa on the lane, as those hooks, they're pure. They can do a lot of damage early on.
I agree.
If you you can hunt down the Pudge. You can if he hooks you, you can use that as an initiator, like initiating tool for in your own advantage because you get close to him. But overall, it can go either way. Ursa is a nice way to deal with Pudge, though.
I think the typical thing to keep in mind here is, I'd say probably the holiest spot for a Pudge is in Dire's safe lane, where you're behind the trees, you can hook someone in, they're trapped in there, right? That's like the best spot. But Vega are playing on Dire side, so they don't have that advantage. There's some decent spots in the Radiant safe lane, but nothing compared to that one. And I was going to say where that's really useful here is set up for Mirana arrows.
There are many spots. You can use that hook from a million different angles. That's what makes it so strong right now.
Oh, I mean, like
maybe you forgot. Yeah, I mean you can't trap them. Quelling Blade or a Tango, they're not trapped. Don't think of it that way. Yeah, it's great. It's an option. It's an awesome option that you mentioned it. It's really good when someone he's kind of panicking. He got hooked. He can't really figure out what's happening in the same millisecond. So he takes a few more hits from the tower, perhaps as well. It is difficult, but you can if there's a Pudge and you're expecting it, you'll get out of that. But this hook has such a long range right now that you don't have to play it like that. Before, when you had low range on level 1 and 2, you had to really position yourself in a stellar way. Like you had to be in those little openings in the woods, right? So that you can hook someone and block them for a while until your team comes. But right now you can be anywhere and still hook and still dish out the damage. So
this is a little bit more of a brave pick. So right now, when I look at Vega, they have a lot of potential nuking, and you've just picked another squishy hero. You've already got Disruptor, who's pretty squishy, and you pick up the Wind Ranger as well. I'm a bit worried about how easily they could blow her up when they start getting into team fights with the Pudge and the Lion.
I agree with you. If the Pudge and the Lion have a good game, Double Dimension is going to get wrecked. Like these two heroes, they deal so much damage to them. At the same time, if Ursa has a lucky break, maybe an Aegis that transition into some farming space for him to get tags, Vega Squadron is going to be very pressured. But overall, what do you think about this Visage pick? It's a Palantimos hero, I believe. It's definitely not the Dandy hero. He doesn't play this guy.
So terrible here, but I'm worried about how easy you're potentially setting up shackle shots for Wind Ranger. Like when you think about the lineup and the way they engage.
I don't think it matters a lot. What Visage provides you with is a very early way of taking fights. Like he comes online very fast. If you give Visage a good time on the laning stage, he gets that Dominator fast enough. Like you can take these fights, and you can take favorable fights. The problem with Ursa is he's also a guy that's very strong early on, but he's not stronger than Visage. And Visage can always kind of scout the rush pit and fight you around that. So I like this Visage pick. I definitely do. How does it fit into their lineup, though? That's the real question. Because when you get that Visage, you can go late game. The hero is strong there as well, but he's much stronger early to mid game. Like, he's one of those snowballing heroes that can just take all your objectives very fast if you allow him to. I mean, if you allow him to get a laning stage, that's actually decent for him. You won't be questioned. Like, you won't be able to stop him, even if you wanted to later on. So,
kind of interesting that you mentioned the Ursa in regards to that as well, because they picked the Pudge. Suddenly we saw the Ursa. It was kind of like, okay, yep, there's a counter pick going on. And then my thought was basically because, just like last game, Ursa could build into an Ags and he's safe. But now they've got so many stuns as well as Hex. There's no real way Ursa can have that kind of like get out of CC for free.
Yeah, they have so much CC. Like, even in all honesty, before his BKB, the Visage alone, just with the birds, he does so much. Like, the birds and the Grave Chill, they ruin this hero. But at the same time, honestly, none of these 4 heroes deal well with Visage. Like, you have your Wind Ranger. If she has a really good time, she can chew through those layers very fast with the Focus Fire. But Visage builds a lot of armor, and it's not easy for her. Oh,
wow!
Oh, they're going all in super early on. This is very ballsy.
There's so many stuns, though. There's so much control available to Vega right now. And we were saying before this pick that was the case. And now you're going to have a Yule's builder as well, which sets up nicely for the Lime, for the Pudge. So many elements of Vega's team. It complements them well.
Yeah, these heroes on Vega, though, they scale decently well. But at the same time, we just have to wait and see what the double dimension, what they respond with. And it's a Bristleback. Oh, all right. I like this, actually. I like this a lot. This guy is gonna lane versus Valantimos. It's Cheshire Cat, right? So yeah, it's most likely gonna be the Bristle versus, like, it's not a hero that we see very often though, and that's weird. But oh, that patch set looks so cool at the start. But overall, yeah, the Bristleback, if he has a good laning stage, let's say he gets one tanky item early on, he can be their way of stopping this Visage from completely taking over the early to mid game, from taking all their towers. So they have this guy that can walk in and be tanky enough to not be blown up by Visage early on. But at the same time, you have the Lina, and yeah, she brings, yeah, she definitely can if she's in the right position. Like, the amount of burst that she brings is insane. So overall, I have a feeling that this is Vega's game to really dominate early to mid game. But if it goes a bit too late, I just think Double Dimension, they have arguably a better lineup later on, in my opinion. And it's a position 4 patch that we talked about, by the way. So he's dancing right now. What's he even doing? What was that?
He's like, hey, you talking about me? Hi. Yeah, I'm the support.
Yeah, man. He heard me. Yeah, but like, you can never really count out a draft with a Pudge, because he can always hook you out. He can always put your core in a very bad position. But at the same time, their heroes, like Double Dimensions heroes, they scale so well. If they get to late game, if they survive the first onslaught, this first pressure that comes out from Vega, I think they can take this.
Alright, well, we've got a draft. I have to agree, you're in this scenario where Vega have that peak point in the mid game. Yes, they've got heroes that do stay strong. That's not underrate. For example, Mirana.
Yeah, Mirana, they scale well. They can go late game as well. Like, I'm not setting anything in stone. Like, they can truly take it late game and win as well. But I'm leaning a bit towards DD, and that's it. Nothing more.
I think it's like most games, because obviously, the great thing about Doe is it's very rarely won in the draft. It's going to come down to those itemizations.
Yeah, I'd imagine itemization, pickoffs, like the way they play team fights, definitely everything matters.
I feel like in this type of game, if it does go too late, I'd imagine Dendy's going to pick up on that And typically, the item you build to deal with bristles as the game goes on is the Silver Edge.
Yeah.
Which
it would be a good pickup this game.
And that's the kind of thing she can build into it because she usually goes to the Shadow Blade early anyway.
Yeah. She can go for the silver. The problem I see in this draft from Vega is though, if they decide to lane like this, if they decide to lane like trailing bottom, there are two downsides that I see immediately. One is this Bristleback is gonna have a free farm versus Mirana. The other downside is this Visage is not gonna have.
Oh, the hook straight away, Kuman! Earth Spike as well. They don't want to wait around. The Earth Shock's gonna come out. Kuman, he'll be able to cut through the tree line. That was much closer than he would have liked, though.
I mean, they should have waited though. They stacked their slows. I mean, not slows. They used the Grave Chill, and at the same time they used the Earth Spike. While they could have just used the Grave Chill, and when it's about to expire, you use the Earth Spike, and then it's a 100% kill. So a little bit of a misplay there coming from them. A little bit too eager to capitalize off of that hook. But overall, Ursa is running top. He's saying, I don't want any of that. I'm just gonna dodge.
He also kind of revealed what they were going to do in Van Score. Been slowed down. He needs to be careful. Sled coming across. Hook connects. They've got the Earth Spike Veil if need be. And there he is. First blood drawn by Zayat.
Kill secured with that hook, man.
I mean, it's like you said, they don't want to stick the Earth against this. Actually, goes Cheshire Cat against this, which
I mean, overall,
I kind of understand.
I think this is much better for them. Like, I actually think this is better for Vega. They're dodging, but at the same time they're gonna be like Double Dimension is dodging, but this Cheshire Cat, which I think is the catalyst for his team, like he should be the one that has the most later on. Well, at least Lion is going top. All right.
Yeah, they've switched it up. Van Score took a lot of harassment there.
Yeah, he's already super low. He needs to heal up.
Meanwhile, Slayer just pulling through the creep wave. King R being incredibly frustrating about it though. This kind of actually the decent thing is if you just keep up this constant harassment, Slayer can't achieve much with that low armor. You can already see the damage Riptide does to him.
And he does have the stout though, so he's gonna be able to just safely walk away and take these creeps to his Visage so he gets his levels. I kind of like this a lot more, by the way. The Visage on a tri lane is not a good thing. You want to have his levels as soon as possible. And is Pudge gonna even leave him? No, he's gonna leech this. Yeah, Pudge needs level 2 as well, very hard. So in that aspect, this is good that they're doing, but you definitely don't want to tri-lane this hero.
Meanwhile, the mid, so far, Dendy taking an early lead, but you expect that to an extent, especially in the early levels of Wind Run. You can't dodge out for very long on Pikachu.
Yeah, there's a lot of harassment coming from Lina when you're Wind Ranger on this lane, so early levels are tough, definitely. Overall, though, they're still laning Mirana and Lion versus Disruptor Ursa, and they haven't really accomplished a lot with that lane. But at the same time, their Visage is having a decent time bottom, and I think that's what you're worried the most in this game. You want your hero that's the strongest mid game to have the best time in the laning stage, so that he can carry you through that mid game.
Yeah, it's more like Vega. They need a key, and Palantimos is the one that will open that door. Whereas Mirana and the Lina, they can, you know.
Beautiful. You should be an artist. Just forget about this casting business.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because you know I've been drawing recently. Here you go. Look, there's my little portrait in the bot lane. Oh no, okay,
that's
okay.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's not. It's quite nice.
You know, write some poems. Or
I think I shouldn't. My handwriting's worse than my drawing. But no, it's kind of case though, isn't it? Right? Because you can afford the Lina and the Mirana having
the glimpse on Mirana top. She has leaps.
She can get away. She's absolutely fine. She's still got one lane to work with. Meanwhile, bot. King R does get hooked back. The snare comes out, but they've already used the Grave Chill, which means he'll be able to back away.
Yeah, these lanes. Oh, top lane. Zayat
going in.
Actually.
Zayat is under the tower, but not protected. Kuman just charges forward. He doesn't even care.
Yeah, I was just about to say that these lanes, we're unlikely to see a lot of kills early on, and they instantly get the kill on lines.
They're getting aggressive on Palantimos. Hook across the pilot with times he TPs away. Nicely done by Slayer.
Yeah, and the salve up instantly. Well, overall, I think so far the way the lanes are going, they're actually very advantageous to Double Dimension. You're giving some levels to this Visage, and that's not really great, but at the same time, your Bristleback is getting a lot more than the Visages. He's doubling him on the CS. as Visage, you don't really care that much about that. You care about the levels, but as Bristleback, you really care about that gold early on. You want to be as tanky as possible in the mid game, and he's having a fun time on this lane, definitely.
And we did say that he's the solution. I mean, I hope it's going to be the solution. He has just disconnected, but we won't hold that against him. It's definitely the way they shut down the opening that occurs when Visage reaches 6, as we were talking about in the draft. So this is the perfect hero to have a great start to lane. And in fairness, they're all having decent lanes.
Yeah, definitely. The problem is if he gets a Crimson very early, like these heroes, they do nothing. Like Lina, Mirana, and Visage, they're just not gonna hit. It's gonna be so negated by that Crimson Guard if he gets it fast enough. So overall, they're gonna have to rely on this Lina getting pickoffs before they push, or these hooks, which can come in handy. Like I really like these heroes that have repositioning tools. When you're pushing, such as Venge or Pudge, you want to force a fight, but they're kind of defending. You're not able to push a tower because they're killing creeps or whatnot. But then these kind of heroes come into play. You have a hook, you hook someone out, they have to commit or they have to just let the person and the tower die. And in this kind of pushing lineups, I really like that Pudge, even though he doesn't look like a pushing hero.
Speaking of Pudge, they need to be careful here. They're going to actually dive the tower for him. This Brave Tool comes out to slow him down. Slayer uses the hook on the King R. A little bit of trouble here. Port from Dendi, moving across. Can he get across? The Dragon Slave's got haste as well. He has got enough for the Light Strike Array. He'll throw it out, catch him in the Cheshire Crab, but it's a level 4 Bristle, and he's got his back to you. There's no way you kill him off here.
There's a hook in 5, but alright, Slayer is not even...
No, they're not going for it, which is interesting, because they may have been able to get Cheshire Crab. He's getting pretty low and running out of mana.
Interesting, indeed. I expected Slayer to try because he had the mango. He didn't have the mana instantly, but he had the mango to use it to get a hook off on Cheshire Cat, because it's not even. I mean, he didn't do anything on the bottom lane. He just leached the level and went top. But at the same time, if he continued the pursuit, maybe they would have gotten the Cheshire Cat, and at least that.
Oh, the arrow top. Fanscore was trying to get the rune, they baited him in with it, and they'll kill him off. And now Kuma coming across, that's going to be slowed up. Has got the Hex, Slayer's here as well. Hook through, brings Kuma back. You want to fight? He says, I'm right here. He's going to get hit twice, look to move away. The overpower's enough to run him down, but now the Mango used. Mag with the Earth Spike through. Will be able to get that kill. Double kill for Mag. They dive him. They see he's alone. And they exploit that to get a kill. They do get low, but without the Pudge there, no one has to die for it.
As soon as they saw the Pudge rotate top, they also knew that the Lina does not have a port, they just owe him. And there's not a lot that you can do as Visage. There's Great Shield, but that's not gonna save you when you get ensnared. So, good reaction movement by Double Dimension. Yeah, they lost their Ursa on top, but at the same time, they instantly recover by killing that Visage off. So, yeah. Nice reactions overall.
Kind of a case of the heroes that both sides were hoping to do very well at the start aren't necessarily, but their backup options are, right? So Mag is doing pretty well, but so is Cheshire Crab. In one mid though, it's snared up, then he gets the Light Strike out, but no, the Earthquake doesn't land on the Pikachu. He has got the Power Shot, it's maxed out. He might go for this. The Hex coming out on the King of Dendi. Not enough damage to kill him off with the Power Shot, and Zats will just back away. The Dragon Slave through. Oh, the hook block though, Pikachu. Not sure if he wanted to do that, but the Wind Run should allow him to get away in time. They won't have another hook for 10 seconds, so Pikachu can just walk this off. And in the top lane, Mag forced to leap away. They'd already used the Glimpse, though.
Yeah, once you use that Glimpse, if you don't catch him in the kinetic field, he's just out. It's even, like, if he's close enough and he's getting glimpsed in a close... Like, the problem with glimpsing Mirana is if she's close enough to the position that you're glimpsing her in, it's very hard to set up that kinetic field properly. I mean, not very hard, but I've seen in this tournament, I've seen players fail that multiple times, so... He has to be a little bit careful when it comes to that. But overall, we see this Visage, he's coming in close to his level 6. It's minute 8, almost minute 7. So it's not the perfect timing, but once he gets it, he's gonna rotate a lot. Anyway, Kuman
encircle. The Earth Spike's gonna come out. The arrow's gonna connect. They've not got a Hex to work with. They already used the hook back. Those Slayer says, fight me. And every time it just works out. They just split the damage between the two supports, and they clean up the bearer every time.
We talked about the control, right, in the draft stage. Like, we talked about how much control this Vegas team's got, and they've been controlling this poor bear over and over again. He's not able to even get his level 6 on this lane so far. And I mean, you can have a Bristleback. He's a defensive force versus that Visage once he gets the Vanguard and the Crimson Guard. But where's your damage output? Your Windrunner, yeah, she's doing fine on mid. She's evened out with Dendy's Lina. This Ursa,
Dendy? I thought he was gonna go there. He had a haste, but he will go back mid. Look at Pikachu. And Slayer's just boldly walking straight up. I mean, you might as well throw. If you're gonna commit like that, you might as well throw out the hook and hope.
Kinetic field top. Exactly what I talked about. Did you see that?
Mag escapes. I mean, in fairness, he had the Moonlight Shadow and they had no detection nearby. He would have been outside the sentry, but still.
Yeah, but still, only the point is if you're glimpsing him close, there's not enough time for kinetic field to form, so he can leap out as Mirana, and you have to be careful about that.
That? Actually found Vansco on the back foot. The Earth Spike's going to connect. The arrow gets blocked by Kuman. Mag, he already just used the last leap. He needs to move away from the sentry quick. And Kuman, he can't get him in time. Meanwhile, the power shot's going to run Zayas down as they have a sentry here as well. And they'll de-ward that observer.
All right, so they rotate their mid, but they get the Lion, so it's worth it.
Mag actually a lot closer than he thought. And he will know about that sentry now. So if he didn't before, it will become obvious as a result of that. They're actually focusing a lot of sentries in the top lane, actually, which is understandable.
Yeah, just avoiding these cliffs and get. I mean, Ursa has been dying a lot and he's been caught out of position, but not because of wars, just because of the power that Pudge has against any hero, right? He doesn't need to have superior information. He doesn't. I mean, it's easier for him if he does have it, but at the same time, he just has to see you and hook you out. You're done.
It's interesting how the skill build has changed for Pudge since they did that change to hook, because now, before it was, okay, I need to level hook because I've got crappy range. Now you can afford to go for rock.
Yeah, you can, but I still value the hook a lot. Like, it's a lot of pure damage. I still value it a ton. And the cooldown is lower. It gets a lot lower from 17 to 11. It's not the greatest value of the cooldown, but plus the damage, I don't know. I like it. At the same time, I understand that Rot was nerfed so hard that level 1 Rot is basically...
it's insignificant at this point.
It's insignificant. Even before you have the Rot, you buy Orb of Venom, you can slow down a target so hard that you can just do that. You don't have to hook them. If you walk close enough with the Rot and the Orb of Venom, they're dead. That's how strong it was. But then they changed it into being completely insignificant, so...
So smoke coming out from Vega. Dendy not happy to just sit in the mid lane. He did see that Pikachu had been going up there earlier. They just want to shut down Kuman more. And Vansco does not have the static storm yet. See what they can do with this though. Arrow just to scout out.
If they get the hook, this is an easy kill on anyone. They just need it. They just need that small little thing. Hook.
Here they come. Come around the side. Kuman. Jump forward, they've got vision in them. The Hex comes out, the hook across, it clears up the Disruptor, but now the Light Striker out and the Laguna, even the Dismember. No one messing around with this bear.
Yeah, just a great rotation from them. The Dismember, he got his level 6 right there as they were going in. So it was definitely worth it. You don't want to let him rage or anything like that. You don't want him to even buy enough time for his team to respond and get any sort of a counter kill.
True, but look at this smoke. Cheshire Cat not willing to be involved. So this is a solo by Vanscore. They should be able to take this tower, you'd imagine, but Glyph was used.
I mean, if he's alone here, there's not a lot that he can do.
It's
and Ursa is forcing bottom, so this smoke is not gonna... Maybe a deny. Maybe he tries to deny and that's it. Yeah, the smoke was broken.
Yeah, so. He couldn't get it. And
bottom lane, however, Coolman...
Yeah, he needs to be careful. These birds are threatening, especially with the Dark Troll Summoner as well.
He was the one making the aggressive movement, actually. He tried to go in, but versus 2 birds and the Troll Summoner, you really can't do a lot as Ursa. You're just gonna be so controlled.
It's particularly brave, that's for sure. And look at this movement. Moonlight Shadow coming out, Slayer. Oh, he gets a Dismember off onto Pikachu. They'll get across to the Light Strike Array as well, and now the Dragon Slave through. Pikachu, he wanted to contend for that rune, and he pays the price.
Just perfect rotations from Vega so far. They really understood that they have to bring the pressure early on, and they're really doing it very well so far. However, there is this Crimson Guard on Bristleback super early. Crimson Guard 12 minutes in, so we'll see if that changes anything. If they kind of make the mistake of going onto that Bristle, it just might. But if they continue ignoring him like they have so far, then Yep, you can just kill off everyone else. Maybe even go for Roche or something, and just ignore that.
It is that type of experience.
Piggy, yeah.
Like,
mid.
oh, Glimpse back. Dendy. Static Storm on top of him as well. Kuman trying to move across. The arrow will not connect, but Dendy, he's a little bit of trouble. Yules comes out, trying to protect him. He needs the Light Strike Ray time. No, no, he's ensnared. He can't do anything on the back of the Dismember coming out for Slayer. Looking for the kill on the Van Score. Won't be able to. No, he will get it. The Earth Spike through his sights is good enough. And they will run away, but Slayer, Pikachu's just going to run him down here. Mag trying to chase across, but there's a jump in range coming out. Kuman jumping on the side. The Earth Spike available in 1 second, but he won't get it.
The Suicide should not go in.
Yeah, he stops. Mag needs to get out as well. He's got 1 leap left. This may have been a mistake. Cheshire Cat might continue to chase here. Nope, nighttime. He loses vision, cannot get the nasal goo off.
They lost 3 heroes. The only upside for them is that the Visage just took the whole tier 1 tower on the bottom lane all by himself.
But look at the counterplay. Kuman goes straight into the pit. Cheshire Cat with that Crimson. Arrow?
This is not going to go unpunished. They have Pudge. He should be able to hook someone out here.
He's coming now. Player. Oh, he gets Cheshire Cat though. Is that the one you really want? The Light Strike Ray, the Dismember as well. Just run him down the Dragon Slave. You might be tanky, but not tanky enough. The finger to ensure he dies. And now Kuman. The bashes! He can't get he move quick enough. It's going to be close. They spawn him out. They put the urn. The Dragon Slave doesn't clip with the arrow. It gets him. He gets sniped out by Mag. The buyback was there on the bristle, and that's costly for him because he can't do anything with the hook.
Oh,
Slayer doesn't quite touch. They might Roche now.
Yeah, it was very cocky of them to go for that Roche. I mean, Roche is one of those things that's super hard for them because of the...
Arrow next on King R. King R hit by the Light Strike Array. The Static Storm coming down. Denny needs to be careful. The Shackle Shot. Catching on the Mag and Science and the Silent stuff. They can't do anything. Science trying to move away. He's got the Hex. Just trying to buy time for his team to get away. The Glimpse back on the Dendy. He should still be able to retreat. Light Strike around. The high ground doesn't hit on the King up. But the Dismember's good enough from Slayer. The Yule's coming out to be able to move away from Bristle. And so Van Score getting low. The Urn should actually tick him out here. Mag will just try and zone out. They'll lose the Disrupt. The Light Strike Array will not connect on the Cheshire Cat. And actually, Slayer, he's dodging out Kuman right now. He's pretty deep. They're looking to engage. Blantimos needs to be careful. Bristle is a big threat for them. Shackle Shot, plus the power, gets the kill onto the line. They are fighting tooth and nail over this.
Yeah, the problem with Double Dimension is they have these heroes, like only the Windrunner is not easily kiteable. All the other heroes, they go the buyback from top lane.
Well, Slayer died there. That was a little bit late on the buyback. They knew Slayer was going to be chased down. They needed to do that sooner. But they might get vengeance. The Hex coming out. They control up Kuman right now. The Earth Spike as well. The Bird's moving across. They need the Light Strike Array. They force out the Enrage. They net him up. Yule's still on the spot. Light Strike Array when he comes down. And the sleep coming out. No. It looks like Kuman actually wants to fight here. They got support coming in. Pikachu's here as well. He can set up a nice Shackle Shot. Looking to move away. Earth Spike in time. Denny gets hit in return by the Shackle Shot. And Zayat's getting low. Kuman trying to chase through. But Blantimos moving across. The stuns are going to be there. Can they kill him? The Ensnare out on the lean in the meantime. The Focus Fire down. Pikachu will get the kill and won't die for it. But Kuman, he might fall in return. Rooted on the spot. The Earth Spike. Zayat's going to give his life for this. The Crimson Guard means that Blantimos does not want to fight anymore, though. He needs to TP out instantly, but there's a glimpse back straight after. He won't make it out. The kinetic field has zoned him into a corner. He's surrounded the stuns, just trying to buy some time, but it's way too late. Cheshire Cat hits like a goddamn truck.
CIS Dotes, man.
This is what we've been waiting for, and all it took was a punch.
The comeback of the CIS Dotes, man. You pick the punch, and it's just madness everywhere. I'm just loving this so much. So many kills, so much action.
Glimpse back, kinetic field. Van Score needs to be careful. He's alone. The Dismember coming out as a hook as well. He may have made a mistake here, but it's only a level 1 hook. And actually, Van Score still dies. Slayer, gonna be happy with that.
If he managed to deny himself there.
that would have been the ultimate just tilt. It's like, why is this a thing in this game?
Yeah, these Roche fights, they just understand. Both of these teams actually value Roche a lot. You don't really want to give it to Anursa, because if you do, he can fight you at every tower, and it's very hard for you to take favorable fights. At the same time, if you give it to Vega, it's going to be impossible to defend those same towers, as they're going to have one hero just being in front. And they don't really have these tanky heroes. The only tanky hero that they've got is Visage.
Excuse me, Light Shadow. Van Score was mid-glimpse animation there. But they do get D-Ward, so it's kind of worth it for them, especially forcing out the Moonlight Shadow. But I get what you mean. I think the biggest thing about that Roche as well is, right now, Cheshire Cat kind of feels almost unkillable. If he's with his team, he is unkillable.
Hook misses. The line is close, and Van Score is in the no man's land, man. He's so far.
Oh, Glimpse back. Mag being dragged away. The Dismember coming out on the Van Score. You said he's a little bit far out, but now they're going to try and jump on Mag. The Static Storm gets thrown down, and it means Mag's going to be zoned out. He hasn't got any leaps to work with, and Kuman will just eat him up, but they will lose Disrupt in return. And Sledge looking to retreat. The pings come out. Looks like he won't get out. He won't get out again.
Try to deny yourself perhaps with the rope.
Come on, time it. Try and time it. You can do this. Oh, no, you can't. The Riptide.
There's one item that allows Pudge to completely deny himself in every one of these early engagements. It's Soul Ring. It doesn't work versus every spells. Like some spells kinda negate it, like Omni Slash or Jugger's Spin. But overall, if you have Soul Ring on Pudge, you can deny yourself 9 out of 10 times early on. It's basically like a cheat for self-denying.
It's a fair point as well, actually, because like he's that type of hero that does benefit from that, because he knows he's probably going to die, right?
Yeah, and also you get to spam out hooks. So Tranquils, there are multiple options.
Okay, they glimpse him back in the wrong spot. They'll walk away.
They have no detection there. So it's either Tranquils and Urn, which gives your team more utility, or Tranquils and Soul Ring, which kind of gives you more mana to work with, and that deny option, which would come in handy to him this game, sincerely. But overall, he's been doing fine.
I kind of like what he's doing instead, which is the Blade Mail. Like, best way to stop the touch me. Of course, it doesn't deal with the Ursa, because if you use the Enrage, then you take the reduced return damage, so you don't care.
Yeah, but it works very well versus Wind Ranger.
The Ursa. They're on the pit again. Slayer has to know something's up here.
Look
at their position, though. Right on the side of the pit. They don't want Kuma to be dragged out here.
The problem is, though, Pudge can just hook them from here. He's gonna get someone out in less...
Hook! Cheshire Cat, that's probably the worst one he can bring, though. The Light Strike Array, just to run away. And Mag, he should still be pushing on the bot tower here.
Yeah, the thing is, he can hook targets from uphill there, but if you hook Bristleback, you just fall back instantly. That's like, nope, I don't want you.
That's an abort. Give up, just run.
Yeah. Instant abort, man.
I mean, it was the best they could hope for. Mag was nowhere near the pit. He was busy pushing the bot lane, so they couldn't go for that. And Mag actually going for an Aghanims this game. King R. Light Strike Array connects. Laguna as well, and he's gone. Oh, the Shackle Shot hits on a Dendi. He also going to come out. They're going to move away here. They should be able to do so. Slayer thought about going for the hook. It does a lot of damage now that it's level 3. Pikachu just needs to run this off. He should be able to get out. Dendi doesn't have the Yule, so... Oh, is he? Nope. This is, by the way, this is not a BM your Pudge because he missed a hook. Pause. This is... Ursa has DC'd.
Yeah. Just at the right time, though, that pause to watch this hook. Not even close, man. Not even close. But overall, that Mirana's ulti saved him as well. Mag got rescued by that ulti, even though he did not intend to save himself. He dodged the gank from Disruptor there, so it kind of came in handy at the same time that he was helping his teammates get those kills.
The good news for Vega, though, is that they're looking... They'll finally take that tier 1 in the mid, as Plantimos has gotten close, and the birds are wailing on it right now.
It's okay. It's not a perfect Visage game so far. Like when you have this kind of a draft that wants to pressure early on, and you get kind of countered by Bristlebacks. Oh, that Bristleback, speaking of him, actually, he's on 3.5k gold. He's very close to that Radiance. Once he gets that, they're gonna have a lot of damage on the side of Double Dimension as well. They already have the Sages on Ursa, which, like the Ursa, what does he have? He has a Blink and that's it. He deals enough damage, and that's the nature of the hero, right? But overall, they're going to be able to scale so much better now with the Radiance on Bristle as well. Oh, nice pick up there.
Definitely in the Bristle show, this game, and it's like, it functions similar to a Wraith King, right? I say Bristle's more lethal even without the Radiance, but we said they could try and kite around and kill his team first. Now, with the miss chance plus the burn damage, Bristle has to be more of an immediate worry.
He's not buying a Hood. He's playing versus... I mean, some of these heroes, and especially Mirana right now, she's going for that Aghanim. Like, she has Jules, she's going in for the Aghanims after. Not really an item that we see very often on Mirana, though. Like, I actually expected her to go for the normal DPS build this game, because she had a decent laning stage. She actually had the easiest one, right? She laned versus Ursa on the top lane. But yeah, he's going for the magic build. Kind of interesting. Not really something that we see. I can't really get super behind it, because Bristleback is kind of tanky. If he buys a Hood, it's kind of hard for him to go, and unless he buys it right now, he most likely won't get the whole game.
Minor crash here, guys. Just starting the game up again. Though it's been a little bit weird lately. I think, was it yesterday, there was a huge debate because there was a game that basically got decided because it crashed. It's okay. You know, this game's still in beta, right? So it's like, we should expect
yeah,
this
man. I mean, in at least it crashed. In Warcraft, in Dota 1, I had the Terrorblade and I pressed, like he had a spell, it wasn't really conjure image, like now you don't really create an illusion, but you split into multiple illusions, just like with Manta. I pressed that and Manta somehow in the same time and my hero just disappeared.
Disappeared? Like permanently?
Yeah, permanently. I couldn't get back. I was trying those commands like unstuck and and stuff, but it didn't work. Like my hero was gone from the map.
That kind of reminds me of that my favorite one I always talk about is the Ember Spirit one, where it used to be that you could use like Sleight of Fist, and if you used a Shadow Blade and you came back and you were actually like gone, you couldn't be seen on the map.
Yeah, you were gone. Yeah, I remember that.
It's like creeps would aggro on you, and if people click the ground, they'd attack you. But other than that, they had no idea.
But they couldn't see you. Yeah, they had no clue.
Those had some interesting interactions.
A better game, man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. We were in early access still, right?
Pretty much.
Definitely seems like there's definitely been a lot more crashes in the last few weeks. I've noticed just from players and from the game.
There's a ton of patches, and that's what it is. There's a ton of patches.
That is kind of the downside, right? Like we're updating so like the updates. It used to be because you had these long stints before a patch. The updates were focused more on tweaking and fixing bugs. Now it's more like we're changing stuff, guys. Here's all these new shiny talents, or here's all these changes to them.
Whenever you change any spells, and then you get like, then you get a Rubik in the game, it's like 90% chance the game's gonna crash. Any interactions with Rubik's ultimate, it's just 90% chance plus that it's gonna crash instantly after. The hero is just so ridiculously strange. Also, recently, Morphling became one of those heroes that's super hard to optimize after the patches because of his ultimate. He can morph, and then suddenly he can cast Exhort forever on himself. And minute 5, Morphling is running around with plus 5,000 damage. It's these heroes that are making it difficult, but overall, yeah, I guess it shouldn't happen. These crashes.
Yeah, come on, everyone! You want all these new heroes, and instead you've, by having your demands met, you've broken our game. It'll never be good again. I think we had an interesting one where it was like I think it was a Phantom Lancer game where he just kept spamming Doppelganger, and it crashed half the lobby. It's just very interesting things. That I think it used to be Spectre was the infamous one for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Sorry, I got distracted by 3 minutes being written. Spectre was the infamous example for like 2 years where you would see massive frame drops with like a double horn.
What about Tinker, my friend? What about Tinker?
That's true. Tinker was pretty horrifying too, but I don't think anything compared to Spectre. Spectre was the one that people always complained about. No, like Crash is the most common.
What face, man, Tinker. Like, he's still creating problems to people with low-end PCs. Like, he spams a few marches you can't play. You have 10 FPS. Yeah. Overall, I wonder if the Sursa is coming back or he left.
He's like Russian, I'm done. Right? Okay, my first game was over. Like, I felt so strong. This game, I'm being controlled.
He went, man. Like, his friends came to pick him up. He's gonna watch Belgium. Like, he's done. He's done with this football business.
The foosball?
Blizzard best meep. Feels bad, Step, man. Long time ago. I'm just reading the chat right now. Oh, there's Garrett in the chat. Poggers.
Hi, Garrett.
Hey, Garrett.
Yeah, he's excited about Kips. Hi, Kips.
Hey, Gary. Hey, Gary.
Just give shout-outs to people that we want to, right?
Hey, Callow. Senotchka.
Just have people like atting you in the chat, but ignore them and go for someone else.
The people that are flaming us. Let's check the chat. Who flamed our casting? Let's go through it.
Let's see. Lizard sounds like he's in the Russian mafia. Is that a bad thing?
What? How do I sound?
Russian mafia, man.
Russian mafia, man. Oh, I mean, sounds manly as, man. I'm okay with that.
You know what I want to be? I want to be in the like the Chinese triad because, like, if anything, Sleeping Dogs has taught me that they spend half their time just doing karaoke in bars.
Парни, он меня позвонил, сказал на стрелу, поехал, go.
Thank you. Google Translate. I didn't realize they added an audio option.
Guys, he ringed me and he said something about an. I mean, I don't know. These last 3 words, like.
That's the most important ones.
Yeah. I don't understand the most important part, but he's asking them to go. Like he's trolling them.
He said it's okay. You can begin the game.
I'm ashamed. Like I should know better, but I really don't understand this Trail Hall. It's like Pikachu is saying that he said that he's coming very soon. He's coming very soon, but this Nastrel Hall go. I don't know. Like still, if I could guess something about an arrow. He got hit by an arrow. Just go. I don't know. Like it's my wild guess. I really don't know.
Okay, so Zeus isn't in this game, but Lightning Bolt struck his PC and refused to work. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, he got hit by Mirana arrow so hard that his PC broke down. That's that's it. So many times he gave up.
It just overheated from the particle effects of the stunned animation. That's what it was.
All right, the pause time is over.
Okay. What now? So I believe now it usually comes down to whether the team wants to wait. How courteous Vega are feeling. I mean, they're sharks. Sharks are vicious creatures, but maybe they have a loving side.
Please continue the game unless Vega wishes to use their pause time to wait. Okay, go. Okay, let's wait, guys.
Oh man, look at that! Like actually, it's not even a joke. He means it. See? Say what you want about Vega. Say what you want about Slayer. Nice guys, nice people.
Yeah. It all depends. It all comes down to if they played together or if they hated each other or something like that.
Oh yeah. In fairness, they're having a fun time. We said already, this is CIS though, okay? And I can understand why they wanted to keep this one going, because when it was the last time we saw a game involving CIS teams that felt like a real bloodbath.
I'm just reading the chat.
You're just obsessed with the chat right now. Let's just get in there.
Apparently, we need reading the chat. No,
we need to be more Slavic, according to Gareth. Okay, only 50%.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to speak proper Slavic from now on.
You teach me how to speak.
Yes, very nice. You're already better than me on the Russian.
You heard it here first. I am better than Lizard. Tune into stream. I will teach you how to.
You're overdoing it. Stop it. Don't overdo it.
This got
the worst part is they overdo it. You just need a little bit, you know. Just
it's like a slight husk, a low mumble, and just a slight.
Yeah, and just that R, you know, like R has to be very strong.
Yeah.
R.
Like Sky Roshna.
Yeah, exactly. Harmonica, please. I ain't giving you no harmonica.
No, you guys have to wait until the end of the stream. We've both got harmonicas. He plays his better, admittedly. So.
Who told you that?
I think I was willing to just like accept that. To be honest.
Nah. Go, man. Go. We have time.
Now they're different tunes. I don't know if it works. Like yours.
It doesn't matter. Just go with it, man. They don't know shit.
Nah, I'm terrible.
Are you not entertaining?
Honestly, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to think they just walked into some sort of tour of Vienna or something.
There, chat. Don't ask anything from us ever again.
We're casting from a boat in Venice right now. Okay, that wasn't even us.
Get us to TI and you're gonna get harmonicas. There you go. Get us to TI.
So there's like there's noob streams, and now apparently there's gonna be musical streams. I would like to explain this fight through the medium of song and dance.
How do you like your coffee, by the way? I have something to say about you Westerners and your coffee, man. It's
my caffeine comes in a can called Monster.
And that you're such a sellout. Stop it. Stop.
You know, if Monster's watching right now, my heart requires heart attacks. I wouldn't mind a few cases.
Yeah, that's not so good for you though. Coming from a guy that's been in esports for a while, and
it's quite awkward, right? Because like the first thing was Dream League, and that was like everyone kind of like talked about I was drinking too much there, and I got told I was like on the border of being too much because apparently before now Monsters like phoned in and asked people to like don't drink as much, because I think that there was one tournament where there was a contest on stream to see who could chug more Monster, and they got in contact. They went, yeah, that's kind of crossing the line. Can we not do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's so much sugar, man. It's not even the caffeine itself. Like caffeine itself, if you find the right dosage, it's really good for you and your body. Like it can actually, it has so many benefits. It's amazing. But the problem is the way that people drink it. The problem is first finding right dosage, and after you find the right dosage, you have to also adjust when you drink it. Don't drink it super late. Its half-life is like 5-6 hours, and after everything. All of that is taken care of. If you add sugar every time, you just ruin it. If you add a lot of milk, you're just ruining it. You're just taking. Overall, that's why I dislike Monsters and Red Bulls.
I was like, I thought you would like the way you said about adding sugar. I thought you were still like you've gone back to coffee, and I missed that transition. So in my head right now, I was still on Monster. I was just imagining someone get a can and just open it up and pour more sugar in there. Needs to be more sweet, guys. It's like
add a can of sugar in it, and then
it's a Monster espresso.
Yeah, then you're gonna have 2 cans of sugar in a Monster.
You know what? In fairness, it tastes quite well. It tastes quite nice. I like the Doctor. I think it's called in Russia. It's called Monster Black. Actually, no. I think they're all because when I was in Russia, they had like a lot of the cans had black written on them for some reason. Apparently, that's their brand in Russia. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's called Monster. It's Black Monster in Russia.
Black Monster.
Yeah, this is actually a thing. I'm being serious. I don't.
Bad.
Legit a thing.
Oh, I have my subs in the chat. Grand VB, man, I love you, dude. Big shout out to all my subs.
This is why you really want on the BTS stream. You just want to be there, just shouting out to people. Shout outs everywhere.
Of course, man. These guys have been with me for a while. They need some love, man. Love you, bros.
See, like, you know, I feel like next time at a tournament, I just want to have, like, Monster Rehab. You can just make a bunch of addict jokes and it feels more suitable. I think I was averaging, like, 5 or 6 in
Monsters?
Sweden. Yeah, in Sweden. Like,
Dude,
like your experiences with me doing that were much less, because I'd calmed down by then. But I remember just being told, like I was speaking way too fast because I'd had so much.
You can do it. You can drink it. I mean, I drink it too. It's not like I'm some.
Oh yeah, it's just the numerous amounts I was drinking at one point.
It's just not good to drink it all the time, just like Coke or anything else.
Yeah, it's
sugar
like
is the devil, man.
Yeah, you know, guys, you should buy Monster. Just buy it in controlled quantity. Preferably solo cans, so then they make more money over time. Anyway, point is, drink responsibly, guys. With anything you drink, even water.
I mean,
don't
we're
drink too
trying
much water.
to keep any kind of a BS talk going on here, dudes. Like, give us a break.
And this kind of happens. It's like you could talk about the game. I mean, if you want to talk about the game, we can get into the game. But it's like right now we could talk about what they could do. It's like, you know, but how micro do you want to go here? Slayer could walk back right now. Or they could all go bot.
What's up? I'm sorry. By the way, shouldn't they give away? Like, let's say this guy disconnects and abandons. Shouldn't the team that like, I'm not certain in competitive scene right now, as I haven't played with the team for. I mean, you can't really include those Bulldog stacks for TI or anything like that.
Oh, you don't want to include them because you didn't make it.
Yeah, no. I mean, a real team I played maybe half of a year ago. So I suspect they haven't improved on this situation. Like, he disconnects. What happens afterwards? Like, he abandons. What happens with his gold? Like, you can control him, but you can't buy stuff for him, right? Like, shouldn't they give this team an option to do that at least? Like, continue playing the
Let
hero.
us create a mod for when you disconnect, you can buy items. Not sure how that works, Liz.
No, I mean, it doesn't sound so weird if you're playing a competitive game and someone disconnects. You should be able to control them and make stuff for them. Warcraft 3, even in the RTS sense, if you were playing 2 versus 2, you could always control each other's units. It was kind of like the thing that you would do at the start of the game is share controls, and if someone disconnects, you could continue controlling him and buying stuff for him. And
okay,
you know,
I understand where you're coming from, because I know like high level Dota, you either, like, if say someone abandons, you could continue and try and win. And alternatively, there's also the cases where people just delete their items 10 minutes in and walk down mid.
I mean, I mean, the pub is irrelevant. I don't care about.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I know, but like we're talking about
yeah.
something at the core of the game, right? Like, I assume. Yeah. Actually, no, you couldn't, because then people just troll by. So I guess you want something a bit like the GG condition in lobbies. That sort of thing. That's fair. I can kind of see that. That's a fair way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Because they are, it looks like they will be forced to play with
yeah,
someone
they will.
controlling
And
Kuman.
honestly, I feel bad for them. They could have won this game. I mean, it wasn't hard for them. They could. Shai is Chechnya Pilet tweet. He's coming from. All right, never mind.
Coming from where? Like, it's okay. He's just borrowed an old lady next door's PC that still runs Windows 98. He's downloading Dota as we speak, guys. Will not crash.
Yeah. Kingar, I'm gonna mute him, man. Like, is there an option to reduce the sound? Like, is this voice?
No, I don't know. I think voice is people. It might be game sound. I don't know. Do you like? I'd hate to reduce game sounds low, like, because for a lot of people, yeah, because like I react based on sounds.
Yeah, I can do it. You definitely cannot. But the problem is, I'm saying something or you're speaking to me and they start
and you can't hear them.
Yeah, I can't hear anything. Like,
but no, I mean like general as well, because I know some people play the game. So I think Blitz, they're talking about how Blitz plays the game.
Enemies? What?
Wait, no, Lacoste and Liz are good friends. Okay.
We'd be enemies. Actually, he's Croatian, so we're enemies in a way because he's a dirty Croatian. I'm kidding. I love Croatians, man. It's no biggie. Did you see the picture of Bosnian, let's call it guys, want to go for a swim, and then Croatia is like, nope. Did you see that picture?
I can't say how.
Yeah. Anyway, he's Croatian. He doesn't let me swim.
Pause time is up. Straight away, brutally, we are going. Slay is like, okay, straight away. Now, Light Strike Ray coming in. Pikachu controlled up the Ice Spike. He's gone.
What? I didn't expect him to die, alright?
Wow. Well, he had a BKB. You wouldn't expect it, but they just savagely wreck into his face and don't let up. They
savagely unpaused that game, by the way. That's what happened.
It was immediate, wasn't it? It's just as soon as I was like, wait, is that the admin unpausing? No, Slayer was like, okay, let's go. He abides by the rules. He's like, okay, our time is up. You're done. Wow. I mean, in fairness, you kind of get that sometimes. One team might just feel kind of like reluctant.
In all fairness, like what's up now? Like, the hook is connecting, and this
he didn't use to dismember either.
Man,
someone's controlling Kuman.
Yep. But there's no ensnare on him. It's instead.
Yeah, but Zayat's right down just TPs.
Yeah, he didn't ensnare the target. I guess he was controlling him. So he didn't ensnare the target that was close to him, and that he could have broken the fort, and then he ensnares Zayat's. But the problem is, if you ensnare before the TP goes off, he can just click on the TP and TP out. And this is the issue that these players have, every player that has with these 15-minute pauses. Like, after the pause, you have no idea what's happening. Like, your complete game sense, your complete your plans are they just disappear. You lose that track of thoughts, what was supposed to happen, you know. It's very difficult to come back. And instantly, even though they have ages, yeah, they are lacking a player. But alright, Ursa is gonna be committed to an uphill vote for now.
That's what one used to give. It's like, Kuman will eventually be back.
Yeah.
I mean,
he devoured it, that's it.
In fairness, like, one thing I would say, actually, I have to pause on that, because the arrow coming through connects on Cheshire Cat. They can hit him from the front if they want to, but Pikachu still focused firing on to Mag. Forces him away, but Vanscore was down the ward. Light Strike Array connects on it too. Vanscore's gone straight away. The hook through. The song comes out. Cheshire Cat moving across now. Can they do enough? The Dust Reveal is there. And Dendy, he's going to have the Light Strike Array again. The Hex coming out. The Yules as well. Looks like they can't actually do anything in this win range. And Pikachu stunned up again. He dies once more. Moving across, Zayat will pay a price in return. But the Yules comes out into Naga as well. And when Kingo comes down, he's surrounded on all sides. Kuman is just pushing in the mid lane. In fact, pushing past the creeps.
What are you doing, Kuman? Reported. Why are you not fighting with your team?
He's AFK run down mid, okay? And as a result, they're on their way. The Blink But Slayer knows where he is. The hook connects nicely. He's got the dismember in a few seconds, but Kuman walks the other way straight away. Mag is waiting, though. They look to kite him out. They've got the urn on him, which means he can't blink away. In fact, it's not available for 3 more seconds. And Slayer, he's got the hook as well. Got the dismember ready. Yule's coming out. Dandy has the light strike array. And Kuman's dead. Once, and it's going to be twice. They've got the dismember as well.
Has blink, but
that was a quick... Oh, the blink. Nope. The dismember comes out, so the hook fails. But so does the blink. He does the neutrals.
Oh, that's why.
No.
All right.
Okay, you know what? Kuman is secretly here.
I kind of expected him to try and blink onto the uphill there, just so he
or like I would have thought for the tree line where the centaurs are, and then maybe you try and get out.
Just waste as much time as possible. But that worked out well.
Dude, I'm wondering how. Like, I'm wondering how quickly those bet rates are gonna change. Now
I just wish they win 4 versus 5 just for the sake of winning 4 versus 5.
I'm hoping it, especially for like the bets. Like, could you imagine the amount of people like, Vegas got this easy, and then just instantly double dimensions run it through?
I mean, they have some farm on this Windranger, and it's gonna be so difficult.
Yeah, that early BKB hasn't helped him so far.
This is going for Radiance. Very interesting.
Okay, they suddenly feel a little bit greedy on the side of Vega. Not as pressured by this Ursa and the start he had in him.
I can't get behind this item build. It's one of the heroes that I have like 1,000 games on. Radiance, no. Maybe he's playing for 5 versus 4. What does he care though? Like it's whatever.
In fairness, the heroes you're up against as well, like Ursa with the quick attack speed and wind range with the focus fire.
Yeah, you're not up against Ursa though.
I mean, he's there. You know, he is there. He's not directly controlled. But he is there. They just take this tier 1. Looks like I think Vega's gonna take this tier 2 though. Time for Dendy to machine gun it. They're just trading right now, but the thing is, it feels like Vega could try and rush the high ground.
Vega just pushes so much easier. It's like their heroes just push a lot harder, and they cannot trade. This isn't gonna work. They're gonna have to run back, and the problem is Ursa does not have a port, so. They're gonna leave this guy here to just maybe continue pushing while they defend. There is one thing though, if they port this Bristleback, he can use Crimson, and then it's kind of harder for them to push through. Windrunner might run into Zayas, so he's being greedy around those. Oh, Zayas?
No, Zayas has just left alone to do this. Pikachu doesn't know where everyone is right now.
Yeah, he doesn't see anyone, so he was afraid.
Uh oh, Eel's coming out. Mag just spotted a bear that he wants to eat. Rage is forced out. Not sure you get away though. They're just gonna leap through. Kuman just might as well try and fight if anything. But there's the Earthspike coming up for Zayat, draining his mana, move even closer. This DD does a lot of damage, and Mag will get the kill.
Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate that he disconnected. That's all. And then he had to remain top. They didn't buy a port for him. They should have me in this game, man. I want to play.
You want like a tap-in option for casters. I think there's going to be some problems with that. It's like, okay, guys, I'm tapping in for you. Just want to let you know where all the wards are right now.
I mean, look at it this way. Have a coach, like
like a coach on standby sort of
thing. And then coach can just take over at any point of the game. Like I don't feel so good. Like I don't know, my cat is on fire or something. Instantly, you just pause and you swap sides. You swap your slots with your coach. I mean, it's possible, especially in this scenario. It could be done. Like
I think some games have like a takeover option or a replay sort of thing, so you could have that sort of thing. But Shakucha on the bot lane, Zayas is gone. Light Strike Ray and the Laguna return. Pikachu will fall, but Dendy needs to get away. The 4-staff, he has got the Yules as well. He can use the Cheshire Cat, but instead it's going to be thrown out. They're chasing. Meteor Hammer should hit. Light Strike Array connects only on the 1, so he is stunned up. They'll kill him off. The arrow through is way too late from Mag, but he should be able to chase down King R if Cheshire Cat doesn't aggress him, but he will. Gets straight in his face, forces him to leap away. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, looks like Plantimos is being chased down by Kuman. And Plantimos is just standing still. Got the ghost. Will TP out.
Sleep.
I'll sing. Oh, yep, they get it. And it looks like Plantimos will not be making it out in one piece. And the birds won't either.
And the birds too. I honestly think this game, even though he's disconnected, this game could go either way. Like the heroes, as the problem that I saw with this bottom lane engagement is that Windrunner died. If she did not die, I really think that they need to take care of her as much as possible. She needs a lot. She needs a ton. She has to be the prime damage dealer that's behind this Cheshire Cat's Bristleback. The Bristleback, like already with Radiance, he can go in so deep. The birds barely touch him. The birds do nothing to him. So Visage, as a hero, does absolutely nothing to the bristleback.
I feel like Pikachu kind of hurt himself though, right? Like, because you don't expect someone to disconnect, right? So this BKB build would have been fine, but because of this scenario, and like you said, he needs so much gold, he hasn't got a Maelstrom, he can't really farm that quickly.
Yeah, he can't come back, and that's a problem. If he just only had, oh, there's a Silver Edge on Lina though. This
Cheshire Cat
does not look so
strong. Bendy, yours is going to come out, Light Strike as well. I'll hold him in place, but the hook through, there it is. They're going to dismember with the Earth. Yeah, they'll just blow him up. Laguna comes out.
I mean, if he's alone, that's going to happen definitely. Like they have ways of killing him. It's not easy, but if he's just surrounded.
Oh, this is kind of the thing. Vega has so many stuns. We talked about at the start, and it is that pick-off lineup. When you got a Pudge on your team, your focus is on always having a numerical advantage in fights. And you do that by getting that initial pick-off, and that's the perfect one. Bristle is the whole front line right now.
Honestly, right now, he's all they've got. Like this Bristle. He has to be involved. Alright, Mirana, maybe scouted. No, she has Yules.
Yeah.
And that Agnes is there already, and Pudge and Lina plus Lion.
Come around the back.
Coming from behind.
Leia is going to walk straight into Kuman. They hex him up. There's memory of him. Oh, nice times with the Static Storm, but it won't matter. He's already too low. The Earth Spike connecting on a 2. Moving in the Shackle Shot in return on the Zayas, but they can't really stand and fight. They'll kill him off. Pikachu, the BKB, looking to move away, but Vanscore getting low. Cheshire Cat showing up now as well after the buyback. We'll look to kill off Denny. They use to buy a little bit of time, and the Song as well, which means they will still fall.
The Crimson.
Dendy's gone. And King Art, he's getting low, but not low enough. They'll finally kill him off, but not before he hits the immediate hammer onto 2. Mag is getting low, and Slayer as well. Bristle doing so much work. The Dismember comes out. The Soul Assumption as well doing a lot, but Mag's going to die. Triple kill. But Cheshire Cat will turn around and look on the Plantamos as well. But doing so much work with these Soul Assumptions, not enough. Cheshire Cat, he wipes that team. Essentially, I don't even want to know how much damage came out from him alone. I'll find out, though.
He did buyback. That's kind of problematic for them, but overall they did get the full team wipe. So
look at the damage.
But the problem is, even if you get these fights and you use a buyback, you're playing 4 heroes, so everything hurts you more. Everything that's against you, like if you die, it hurts you a lot more than if you would die and you had 5 players, because there's no one else that can kind of profit from your space creation, right? So overall, it's a difficult situation, even though they got that team fight. Oh, but if they take Swash, man.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat needs to be careful here. He's pretty low, but they don't know that. So Zayats won't run into the pit all ballsy like. He has got Blink.
He has Blink though. He might.
Oh, he does it. Cheshire Cat! They get the Aegis straight away and the finger out. Zayats trying to find a kill of Pikachu. He will fall, but the advantage they just took is instantly removed from the board.
That's super worth it, I think, for Vega. Honestly, like going in like that as a position 5 Lion and taking away the Aegis instantly after, like that Aegis, especially on Bristleback, because he has no buyback, is huge. So
Mag?
Taking that away from him, really well played by Zayats. Like, super cocky as well, but at the same time it paid off. So.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I mean, you kind of assume Bristle's probably low, right? Because if he's there, that's why you're probably dead. But it's a boss fight. You might as well take that risk because if it pays off, as you just saw, it's huge.
There's a blade mail on this Bristle, so you can't really commit on hitting him, even if you get that Silver Edge. As Lina, if you just go on him, it's gonna be difficult. Overall, they are smoked up. They're smoked up as 3 on bottom lane. Ursa, they're just committing him back to base. They're not gonna use him, it seems. Unfortunate. He could create space in these fights. They should maybe be using him. They see the punch.
They know about Slayer.
So tanky.
Jump in, King Ark, and throw out the ensnare. Nice hook across. You could go for the Dismember to bait out the Static Storm. But Blade Mail up means they don't want to fight with Slayer right now. And that gives time for reinforcements to arrive. The Dismember comes down to Pikachu. The Glimpse back straight away. Nice stun from Zayat. Slayer going deep with the hook through. Pikachu's going to get low. The Spirit Vessel. It's going to be close. He should be able to survive this, though. He's fine.
He's fine. At the same time, like, they are buying some time for Mirana and Touch the Fall. But that was... Oh, man, if it takes you so much time to just deal with that Pudge, like, it's gonna be next to impossible to win these team fights. Let's see though, Dandy, he wants to go this
Oh, spike through. They will break him. Cheshire Cat going to take a lot of damage. The Song straight away and the Static Storm as well.
They can turn this. They can
Meteor Hammer going to hit on the 2. Dendy stunned up as well as Plantimos. The Hex coming out to control Cheshire Cat in the meantime. They'll turn around. King are getting low on HP. The Light Striker Ray will clip onto him and he will fall. And the Hex out on Cheshire Cat. Needs to be careful. Getting low on HP. The Soul Assumption. The Earth Spike through. The Arrow connecting on the Fan Skull. He's down the Laguna as well. They'll be able to drop Cheshire Cat here. Being chased through. He will fall. Double kill for Plantimos. And like you say, no buyback. They can go.
The problem is, yeah, I said they can turn this, but Wind Ranger went back. So they're basically fighting 3 versus 4 there. And if Wind Ranger was there, I'm definitely certain they could have taken a more favorable fight. But
speaking of Wind Ranger, she can get this pick off. Nope, Shack Shot doesn't land. Mag will look to move away, needs to be careful. The Hex comes out, Zayat's looking forward. Got the Earth Spike as well. Pikachu. Oh, that actually might cost them a lot now.
There's no buyback on Pikachu, or so they have 70 seconds to just go straight down bottom. But maybe they're
unsure.
They have no. Yeah, let's see.
They're very unsure here, so Mag actually moving across. Gonna push him mid. Maybe they just go for the double value. They get the tier 2 at least, and once they push from high ground, they'll know the state of buybacks.
Well, they are drawing. Like Pink, the Zayat is telling them to come down bottom, and they will try and force these buybacks if nothing else.
Human. Gonna jump in, go straight on, but no, enrage use, and he gets hexed up instantly. Zayat, he has the Earth Spike, hits on the 2, beautifully placed. And now Kuman hexed up against Zayat. Doesn't even care here. He'll stand in the corner, they'll kill him off the Laguna to make sure it happens. And King has to retreat to his Fan. Fan Skull with good positioning here, but he's got no one to set up with that Static Storm. All the while, Slayer just pushing in the creep wave mid. They just go for the throne. Feels a little bit over the top. They might want to play it safe, but...
Well, they don't have any other tier 2s. Most likely they just fall back. They don't have the time. They don't have the time to take anything, yeah.
He needs to be careful here. He's alone.
Can get this.
Yeah, he's just waiting around a long time to make sure... Oh, Van Skull, no! Walks into him. Spirit Burst comes out. The Dismember as well. They instead interrupt. This, nice block. The blink in blocks the hook, and Van Skull get away. But King Arm might have to give his life now. Slayer refuses to move out of the damn way. Pikachu moving across. Shackle Shot's going to land, but King Eye's trapped in it. The Dragon Slave through. He's going to pull. Cheshire Cat shows up as well. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade in the end. But that created space for him to take the tier 2, the tier 3 mid, and Mag is pushing on the top lane.
Well, it could have been worse. They had their tier 2 still available, so after dying like that without buybacks, they didn't lose all their sides. They only lost 1 and the tier 3 on mid. So overall, go double dimension, man. You guys can still do it. Come on. 4 versus 5. Show it to us. You can do it.
Got this.
Very unlikely, but you never know.
Alright, we just need the Bristle to get a Rampage, okay?
They have so much now, though. E-Blade, Hex on Visage, so
true.
Much control.
The Silver Edge is the biggest deal right now. He can't do anything about that. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone just completes the stomping of the Bristle by picking up a Nullifier.
Yeah.
Actually, looks like Mirana's...
Nah, Mirana is going for Lincoln's Hex or whatever that is.
Yes, Hex and Lincoln's. I feel like she could do the Nullifier, though. It'd be pretty damn effective against the Bristle. Force him to build a BKB, because he's going for the heart.
I mean, unless they end the game before that happens, and if he does get that heart, eventually someone will get the Nullifier. Maybe Alina. It's better on her. Visage can get it too. It's not really super out there. He didn't go for that Radiance, by the way. After they lost some fights, he opted not to.
Yeah, we saw the Hex go into good use there because that was the perma-stun control onto the Ursa.
We have a smoke up coming from Pikachu. And these
Cheshire Cat is revealing himself, though. They're trying to bait in here. They're moving around the back. Palantimos going to be walked into. Van Skull sees him. Shackle Shot is good. Palantimos in a little bit of trouble. Static Storm goes down as well. Cheshire Cat charging in. The Bird's just trying to find some vengeance on the Van Skull here, but the stun doesn't land because the Shiva slowed them down. Yep, Zayat's going around the back. Finger comes out. They kill off Van Skull. Now Cheshire Cat trying to chase in. Needs to be careful. The E-Blade will connect with him. Chase through. Pikachu wants to hit onto Mag. He's got a Shackle Shot though. Oh no! He leaps into a Shackle Shot and Mag is there on the spot. The hook, no! The Yule's by himself means he won't be getting away. Mag, or will he? This is going to be close. They're chasing for Pikachu. The blink. Zayat's got him covered as well. He's got the Earth Spike available. Will hit it on to Pikachu. 4 staff away. Trying to move forward. Cheshire Cat looking for someone here. Will be to get Zayat. The Hex coming out though. And now on the other side they find Mag. They'll get him. The hook won't connect on anything. And Slayer needs to back up here. They are getting low. The buyback coming out from Mag. He wants to clean this up. He knows how low they are on the back. But Pikachu jumping in with the Focus Fire. Mag has to back off straight away. The Shackle Shot won't connect on anything. but then he could look to go back in. He's got the Silver Edge available. The hook. They catch on the Cheshire Cat. And it looks like he's going to fall. No way he gets out of Laguna to ensure it. And Pikachu, he needs to retreat. But he's got no TP. It's going to be a long walk home. They don't see him. Slayer.
There's a blink and punch. There's a blink and punch.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't just try for it.
He had the gem. Yeah,
he had the gem,
didn't see
but
him. Yeah.
It's nighttime. They can't just go mid,
they forced the buyback from Mirana, but they don't have the buyback on Bristle. So we'll see what happens. The rush is not up, so...
Do they wait for this, or I feel like they just go. They could take a rack.
Oh, they go. They just go to DD on Lina. They might just go.
It's push time, baby. Not really stop. They might just go for the tier 2 top, so they enable themselves to take the entire base.
Yeah, the tier 2 is done. The creeps alone took them, so they can just take and get megas. They can take both sides. This ward should be devoided instantly.
Yeah, but it gives him
gives
temporary vision.
He breaks the hook.
Oh, trying to get rid of the birds. Hex comes out on Earth. He needs to be careful though, trying to move away. Mag just jumps in, forcing out the enrage, but they did use the song. Can they do anything? Kumin's stunned up for a long time. The Meteor Hammer is going to connect on the free, stuns them up. Static Storm down as well. Taking a lot of damage here. Slayer trying to help out to drop Pikachu with the Dismember. It's going to be good. They kill off Palandamos. Can they find more though? They pop the Linkers on the Dendi. But now they need to run. The arrow coming out won't connect. The finger, though, they get rid of Kumin. They can just look to finish this now, essentially. D-Blade out. Hitting on the Vanscore. Denny Moon across. Laguna. Dragon Slave through. Will not connect. Vanscore should be fine. King Ar's going to throw out the net on to Mag. He's out of base, though.
They hold, man. They hold
again. No. The glimpse back.
The glimpse.
Mag. Blinkers pop. Blinks away in time. Zayats comes in with the Earth Spike. Will not land the Shackle Shot onto any creeps. So it looks like they get out. But like you said, Cheshire Cat up, which means they can't hang around and push anymore. They hold.
They held one more time. Like this Ursa, he has absolutely nothing, but whoever is controlling him is doing a fairly good job because, yeah, you don't have to do a lot with this Ursa, but as there's something that they have to attack. At least there's that, you know, you throw something in the fight. Yeah, you feed the Ursa, but what do you care any longer? As long as you stay alive, you don't have buybacks. As long as you stay alive, it's worth it. Like, you just send that Ursa in front, you use the Enrage, they take some time to kill him, they maybe use Blade Mail on Pudge or whatever while trying to kill him. So overall, it's worth it for them. I think they should be using him even more in these fights if they can manage to, if they have the micro skills to do it.
I think it's like, it's not even sloppy play from him. It looks like it because he dies so easily, but the amount of hexes that Vega have, that's bound to happen. You don't have a chance to get your enrage off. You don't have a chance to defend yourself. Mag. Uh-oh, Shackle Shot. He gets found being a little bit greedy. The hook through is actually going to catch on the Cheshire Cat. Now Slayer wants to back away. He can't blink though. Slayer's in a little bit of trouble now. Uh-oh. Slayer just trying to make them not attack him with the Blade Mail, but he's in a little bit of trouble. Crimson Skull coming out. He's going to use the Dismember, but he falls. The gem on the ground as well. And Slayer at least has buyback. And look at Zayats already just trying to push in the wave so they cannot get towards their base. Vega, it might be 4 versus 5, but they are so damn scared of both this Wind Ranger and this Bristleback.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. Like, this just shows how... Like, we talked about this. If DD goes late, they win it, certainly. And this shows how good their draft is. But at the same time, there's this one thing, they're lacking a player, you know. That's so great.
But I'd say, like, as you get later in this game, if there was one hero you feel like you could sacrifice not having direct control on, like a player in front of, does it feel like it's Ursa? Because obviously you want on-point Static Storm songs, and then Bristle and Wind Ranger just doing so much at this point. This is when Ursa starts to fall off.
I mean, yeah, you can put it that way.
Hex coming out on Pikachu. Nice Strike Array as well. He made a mistake. Song though, they got the Laguna out. Pikachu should be able to move away. The Meteor Hammer's going to hit on the Denny. They might look to turn around. They got the Shackle Shot. Oh no, they miss it. They pop the Linkers. Instead, it's going to hit, but the finger out. Pikachu in a little bit of trouble. Cheshire Cat from behind. The Static Storm as well. Denny forces the ult defensively. But on the other side, Pikachu staying all over the BKB. And it looks like the Shackle Shot's good enough that Zayats should fall in return. Dendy does make it out. But Zayats will not be so lucky, or will he? They've hexed up Cheshire Cat, trying to buy time. Plantamous has Cheshire Cat on top of him now. The Earth Spike through is good, but Zayats is going to fall now. Plantamous, he might be tanky, but what can he do? He can kill Plantamous, Vanscore rather, but Plantamous is going to have to give his life in return as Cheshire Cat. Oh, the stop! What, Kumin's back! He made it back into the game, and his team is ready to push high ground. Kumin is like, what the hell happened to my net worth? I've got 6,000 gold. Do I buy a rapier, or do I play sensibly? And his team scream, we are winning the game. Get across here now. Player moving in. Hook. Connects. And looks like King Al might fall here. Oh, the Laguna to ensure it. They get the gem back.
And Kumin is still AFK though. Like, reconnected, but he's still AFK.
He's like, I don't know what to do. He's like, do you guys want me to leave? You seem to be doing fine without me.
This is the worst part. Like, they can't even control him now. Because most likely what happened is he's reconnecting, but his potato PC is stuck on loading. Oh, he's moving.
He's good.
He's moving.
He's good.
He's back.
He's catching up. Back. He's working out what's happened. He's like, wait, we're missing a lane.
Okay,
there's no other towers.
He stopped again. He has no clue. He's a lost bear. Lost in the woods. He's like, oh my god, they're coming for me. Should I hide?
Can we pause for 1 minute?
Yeah, look at this. The creeps are killing him. They can't control him.
The Mirana illusions as well. Kuman might die here.
Yeah, he's dead. This is the worst part. Like, at least they could control him. Just disconnect you. They were winning.
All pause time gone. Oh, he's dead. The turn of events. It turns out Double Dimension were actually doing better before Kuman reconnected.
This had to happen to you in your pubs sometimes, right? Someone disconnects, there's no more pauses left. You start controlling him, and then in the middle of a teamfight, he reconnects, and then he just messes up everything that you wanted to do with him, and he just dies or something. That's exactly what happened here, but in a very in a hilarious fashion, though. Tied to solo creeps.
Things are about to get very grim as well, because this is the Refresher Shard Roche, which I'd imagine in this scenario, you could give it Dendi, you could give it Zayats. Imagine Zayats.
Everything is versus Double Dimension, man. Maybe they would have fought, maybe they would have done something around this Roche bit, but they were all around this Kuman. He's probably on TeamSpeak right now, speaking in robotic voices, like, I'm back, guys, or some shit, you know.
What did he say? Did he say dive bot? Okay, let's do that.
I'm back.
Okay, dive mid. Got it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
That's exactly what Vega's going to do. They're going towards the base now.
He's got BKB. Man.
All right, he's ready. He's ready to fight. That's a 10-second BKB. That could be huge here. They can get on top of this, though. Oh, Shackle shot. Jumping on Planamos, getting low. The song comes out. The stack storm. They will cancel that. Stacked in. Planamos has to eat the cheese already. He's getting low on HP. The E-Blade trying to protect, taking a lot of damage. Just remember coming out for Slayer in the middle of the fight. The Pikachu will be able to run it off. And it looks like Planamos. Is he going to fall here? Light Striker ready to try and cover him. It won't be good enough. Kuman with the BKB lasting long enough. Dendi just trying to find some return. We'll get King up. Gets glimpsed back right into the mess of this. And Cheshire Cat, he hits too hard. They pop the Aegis already. And Slayer's still alive thanks to that Refresher Shot, but what can he do? He's going to jump in, trying to fight Kuman, but Dendi, nice stun. Cheshire Cat going to stand and fight. Slayer gets rid of Kuman, trying to make some space, but Dendi is surrounded, and he will fall. Double kill for Cheshire Cat. Slayer will try and make his escape. The power shot through will not land. He will make it out, but the rest of his team is not so lucky. So much for that Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shot.
It's hard, man. The outdraft is just so apparent right now. The Bristleback pick was just the perfect hero. Maybe not. And there we go. The voice lines by Kuman.
It was like, I might be dead, but look what you just allowed my team to do, because you're going to have to throw all your money at us.
Yeah, you see what Pudge is doing. I think the only thing why he's here is to break the port from Cheshire Cat. He's going to try to outpush this lane and then travel to mid, so he can assist his team. But if there's a hook preventing that, it's happening.
Oh, there we go. Hooks him straight away and TP's away. Cheshire Cat cannot TP in now. And look, he TP's right into the mess. The static connected on the mag, but that's it. The Dismember throwing the King out. Gonna control him up. He wants to get that song off, but can he? The E-Blade as well. He's gonna pop. He won't get a chance. Slayer will fall, but he has buyback available.
They all have buybacks. Yeah.
Next level move, and Zayats. He's a little bit deep here. Cheshire Cat trying to chase over. Zayats, Shackle Shot connects, power shot through. He will fall. The buyback from Pudge won't help. The arrow. Oh, it connects on the Cheshire Cat. But
maybe
that's the worst person. No, like maybe if it connects onto the Wind Ranger, great. But definitely not onto that Bristle.
You just hook the Bristleback. You want to hook him now. So
like last time. I mean, you know, Slayer. It worked down that bot lane, like you said, just interrupted the TP. And I mean, that may have just saved them as a result. Dendi's up in 10 seconds. And he didn't have to use his buyback, which is a huge deal here.
They have to go back. So overall, they hold their ground. But you're playing from behind, and you played for like 4 versus 5 for 15 minutes. Like you played 4 versus 5 for 15, 20 minutes even. And now you're losing again. It has to be so demoralizing.
It's just like, we should have been able to finish this 4 versus 5. Kuman should be dirt poor. Doesn't even care. He's happy. 15k net worth on Ursa. What more do you need at this point?
Yeah, he's got a Basher now as well, man. Like, he doesn't care. He's back.
Well, back to
Basher, BKB. He's going into that Aghanim next. Like, he's set. Like,
I mean, you say what you want about this game. You say what you want about this series, but one thing is for sure. Whenever Vega is involved in the game, we get possibly the most interesting games we've had of the Summer Cup.
Yeah, we get entertained, that's for sure. We get some entertainment.
A little bit of Dendy in your life, a little bit of abnormal pos 4s, you know, a little bit of disconnects.
Bit of disconnects indeed.
The good news actually for Vega is that with that tier 2 still standing in the bot lane, they can't just get mega creeped in one huge mess up.
Yeah. Overall, the game isn't looking great for them. They're like this Aghanim's on Mirana that we talked about. Yeah, it's doing some damage, but I wonder if she went just DPS, it would have been just as bad because of the.
She's still committed to this. She's going for the Dagon next. So no intention to change the build around at all. They just want to amp up their magic damage even further.
She can blow up Windranger. There's that. Like Windranger is still fairly squishy, so you can do that.
They kind of have to. She hits like a truck. She's got the Daedalus now. It's pretty frightening.
Ult and the smoke. They want to fight. They're going straight in. And look at these lines. Like they're gonna miss each other if they move accordingly to the way.
Well, they have to know what Double Dimension are doing. We just talked about that tier 2. It's the most critical structure in the game right now.
They're going from behind. They might just run into this Ursa. If they run into him, I think...
The King R's here. He's got Song. Oh, BKB Slayer moving in. Does going to dismember straight away. Kumu use own BKB. The Light Strike array, but no, they just wipe outside straight away. But they do get rid of the Nug. They can fight. Denny a little bit of trouble. The stat's still going to be running. Tommy can't move away. Kumu just wipe him out. Palandamos stand up. No, in the worst of times. Denny does buy back. Palandamos staying alive for the meantime, but not for long. He's going to try and move away with the BKB as well. But Cheshire Cat on top of him with the quills will see him and kill him off. On the other side of the fight, it looks like Slayer's buying time with the playmail. But this could be very deadly for Vega. They throw the hook out in a weird way. Pikachu will escape though. The wind run keeping him invis. And now Slayer with no playmail available means Cheshire Cat's just going to eat and do him quick. Vanscore trying to just look around for Lina. But the Dismember coming out Slayer by a little bit of time. The hook through. Oh, he gets the kill on the Pikachu. Slayer gives his life in the end, but he buys some time. And the birds, they are just pushing in Double Dimension space right now. Any play.
Buyback can end this. They don't have anyone. They just have the Lina. Truth be told, I'm not certain if they understand on Double Dimension. They should understand that they have no buybacks.
They should know there's been a decent amount committed. Dendy will have no buyback. They know Mirana won't.
Come on, DD, just go for it.
And in fairness, in terms of items, we had just talked about certain things being picked up. You should have seen the Dagon on the Mirana, which should make it obvious. But Double Dimension, they're like, they're not sure. I mean, you come back like this in this type of game. You're in this scenario, like, do we have the lead now? Are we able to go to base? And the answer is yes, you are. Go.
I mean, you bought back your Windranger. You should be... But
that's the problem. When you buy back, you're reluctant. Like you're about to say about last game when they didn't have buybacks. Even though it looked like an obvious win because they
had
everything.
Megas and they didn't want to end. So if the last game when they had Megas and they had complete advantage, they didn't want to go high ground. I don't see them going. I don't see them doing the same thing here.
Pikachu just getting rid of a few structures first of all, and Vanscore just looking to get some wards in on the high ground, but instantly gets dewarded. Yeah. And look at the reluctancy there. Denny hits the once, he's like, okay, no, just back up. Sats, you go deward.
They had such an opening because I'm scared for them right now as Pudge is one of the heroes that's hardest to push against. Like, he just pulls you out of position. And if they go when he's up, it's going to be much harder. In my opinion, they take this tier 2 and they have to wait for Rush. They take that Rush and after that they fight. They give the Aegis to this Windranger.
I have to agree. You're in that scenario where Roche will decide this. But, I mean, what a scenario to be in from how this game was looking just 20 minutes ago to now.
I mean, in all honesty, like if Ursa didn't DC, this game was very easy for them. Like Bristleback just had so much, it was very unlikely that they could have done anything to him. But with the Ursa DC, it kind of leveled the odds, kind of leveled the playing field. Speaking of Ursa, he's alone, all alone on mid.
He's got the BKB though.
And the blink, it's fine.
Yeah, that
Mirana though, this guy's alone.
Oh no, the Shackle Shot Mag! He gets caught, he's gonna fall. And that is a costly error. He does not have buyback available for another minute and a half. They should know this. They might try and assault the high ground at this point.
Check for the hooks, he's waiting, he's trying. Let's see.
Slayer, he can sense something. Is it a kill?
He doesn't want the Cheshire Cat.
Shackle Shot! Oh, connects on the Planetmoth. They're in trouble now. Nice use of the Ice Spike through. Hook across. He has to take Cheshire Cat, but blinks away instantly.
He has buyback though.
Yep, buyback comes out. Planamos has no choice. Pikachu just hits like a goddamn truck, as we've seen just time and time again. And you lose the birds as well. This is problematic. They can't easily get Cheshire Cat out of their base now. The song coming in. They're moving aggressively. DD want to finish this right now. Kuma's going to go tumble along with Cheshire Cat. And the Static Storm, they drop on a 2. Denny a little bit drop the hook out. Perfectly done by Slayer. But now Palandamos, he needs to move with the BKB. Science won't be so lucky. He'll be ran down. The snare control Palandamos. Ursa just going to work. Kuma doing too much damage. No, the Light Strike Array. Good on the 2. The buyback from Science is good with the Earthquake follow-up. Can they do enough? The glimpse back. Palandamos, he's going to fall. Slayer trying to do something. The hook won't connect, and the blade mail's about to run out, which means he has to fall back. But Pikachu chasing on the Zayat. He doesn't care where he goes. He's trying to follow. And Kuman just trying to hunt down Dendi, but they can't chase after him. He's way too fast. They buy back on the Disruptor. He's back in here. The BKB coming out in top. Pikachu will just run down and kill off Zayat. He already bought back. He's got no way back in his own. Slayer rolled up and stare on him. He does hook in fan score, but can you do enough is the question. Denny forced away. Slayer finger the blade mail, protect him. He might be damn wrong here. Check that doesn't care anymore. And Kuman, he goes to the back line, buys Denny. They will wipe the entire team, and GG is called. Double dimension against the odds and against all logic here. They get back in and they take the series 2-0. And you might have thought it was a safe bet to throw your money on Vega off that DC, but no. Double dimension. They win. And the chants are not Navi, the chants are DD.
Yeah, by the way, guys, if any of us were a little, if I was a little bit biased towards DD, you have to give it to them. They were playing 4 versus 5, so that's kind of a disadvantage. You have to have some sympathy for the underdog in that situations.
Yeah, it's kind of a case of like, do you want the? So here's the thing. Typically, most people would argue when you lose a player, you're kind of like, that's done. The game's done, right?
Yeah.
And what we're trying, like, you got to keep in mind, you can look for the positive and negatives. There's always going to be this overlaying factor. You're a man down, and that's hard to deal with. But Double Dimension, they held out long enough. It's questionable where this game would have gone if Kuman never reconnected, because actually, like, he made some important movements, which we saw the results of someone else having to make those movements, right? Like, they were a little bit delayed. He got hexed. Someone else got stunned up. I think they usually at one point had King R control, which meant they didn't get the song off in time. It's all these small variables. They kick up, and they're a huge deal when a game...
4v5 is just a number, man.
Oh, that's true. You keep bragging about your controlling 2 heroes at once. So
4v5. I mean, I've won my decent share of games like that.
All right.
But overall, a great series with a great ending. Disconnects, 4 versus 5 wins. What more do you want? Are you not entertained? Like, it was awesome, man. It was just great. And but from the, like, let's put all emotions aside and everything else, this is purely because of the drafts. Like, this is 100% just the drafts. Yeah, when you're playing versus 4 versus 5, you kind of start slacking and making some stupid moves because you're just enjoying yourself a bit more, and you're kind of not as serious about it. Then you lose a couple of fights, and then suddenly you find yourself in a bad situation, and that's what happened here exactly. Because this Bristleback is just a complete counter pick to every of them, and because of that hero and because of this draft that they had, they won. This Visage, they gave him a lot, but they didn't finish the game fast enough. And when you don't finish the game with Visage fast enough and you're playing versus these heroes, you're completely irrelevant. So your position 1 does not exist in this game, and your position 3 decided to go for the magic build versus Bristleback. It's just GG.
Turns out because of that pause and how things grew out, I believe the next series is ready to begin in a few minutes. So 5 to 10 minute break, guys, and then we'll be back with Espada versus the Final Tribe. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned, guys.